Hey guys, this is René. Welcome back for another video on this channel, and today I want to talk about the Fisherman Expert Advisor. This is not a new program that I wrote, it's the renamed program that I showed the coding tutorial for in the last 4 videos, I think. And it is the program where I trade like the retracements. And we do have a moving average filter, we do have a RSI filter, we do have TP, SL, trailing stops. I also made some additional modifications to make everything like crash safe and just in general more stable, added some more functionalities, and you can get this expert advisor now as one of the free expert advisors that you can use with my partner broker on my website. For more information, just check out the link in the video description, and that's pretty much it. Also, I called it the Fisherman because we are fishing for these small and quick retracements before we try to follow the trend direction. And you can see it here running already in the strategy tester, and I want to introduce or explain real quick what this strategy does before I go over the settings, and then maybe show you one backtesting example in the end of this video. Of course, backtests can only show the past and never predict the future. So in the development process, I based everything on gold. So this is why I will show everything with gold, but you might also find other symbols where you want to use this program. I mean, essentially it is a trend following program, because the basic idea is that we have this moving average indicator which dictates the overall trend direction pretty much. So we can see that here clearly the price is above the moving average, so we are in a long trend. So what the program is now doing, it is waiting for retracements in the or daily candles, and this is why it is called the Fisherman, because it fishes these retracements. And here we see the first trade. This trade was done because there was a setback in this daily bar, which is as big as 0.5%, and also we are still above the moving average here. So in a buy trend, we wait for a setback, so we then enter into the direction of this overall trend. We have the option to use a stop loss and to take profit, and we can either use the stop loss to close the trades, or we can use a time close, which is what we saw here for the second trade. So the first trade hit the stop loss, second trade was closed at a specific time on this day. And this is pretty much what the strategy does in its most basic version. So we can see that if I fast forward this, here as long as we are above the moving average here, we will only open the buy trades. But as soon as the price drops below the moving average, we will also see sell trades. This is what hopefully happens here in a second. Okay, I fast forwarded the test a bit, and in this test we actually did not see a sell trend, so there were no sell trades. Maybe I can just shift the testing period to something else, maybe the beginning of, or maybe I will test the year 2022 and hope that I will see some short trades here. But before we do this, let me also show you the settings. So in the inputs, we can see we do have different inputs for the trading volume, so we can choose from this drop-down menu if we want to trade with a fixed lot size, managed lot size, or a lot size in percent. Fixed lot size means that every trade is opened with a fixed lot size, obviously. Managed means that we trade the fixed lot size input, but not only once, but we multiply it with a factor, and the factor is that we trade for every 1,000 euro, US dollar, whatever the currency of the account is, as balance in the account, we trade 0.01 lots or whatever is written here. So if we go 0.1, we would trade 0.1 lot for every 1,000 euro / US dollar / whatever in the account at the moment of the trade opening. And then we also have the risk in percent. This is used when we have the volume percent mode active. And also the risk in percent is always based on the base money input. Following the volume settings, we have the order settings, and this is first of all the time frame for the actual signals. So as I said, we wait for setbacks in a specific bar. So far I used the daily bar. This is also what I used for the system development, but theoretically you could also use the 1 hour bar or 4 hour bar or whatever you want to do. So this is the bar, this is or the time frame that is used for the signal generation. So in this specific bar, like in every single bar from the opening, if the price drops or increases by the retracement percent here, which is 0.5 by default, but you can also say 0.1, for example, if you use the 1 hour chart or whatever you like. So if there is like this specific amount of retracement, it's calculated based on the open price of the bar, then the expert advisor will open a trade with the TP percent and the stop loss percent if used. Percentage here is always based on the current price or the position open price for the TP percent and the stop loss percent. If you do not want to use the TP, that's what I did here in the first test, you can say 0, but if you want to use the TP, you can just add any value greater than 0. Same goes for the stop loss percent. Then we have the closing settings. We can say that we want to close at, for example, 10 p.m. We can say we close at 6 p.m. We can also say we turn this to false, so the trades will not be closed at a specific time, but they will instead be opened all around the day, and they will only be closed if they hit the TP or stop loss or trailing stop. Speaking about trailing stop, these are the trailing stop settings. So here you can decide if you want to use a break-even stop and or a trailing stop loss. So for the break-even stop, you can say, for example, I want to have the break-even stop triggered when the price is 0.3% based on the trade open price in profit, and I want to have a following trailing stop loss, which drags the stop loss along as the price goes more into profit. We can also enable these two options here by providing a value greater than 0 for the trigger. Then also we have the filter settings, and this is now very interesting because we can say we want to trade buy trades, yes or no. So this is a little bit for all of the guys that like to trade a little bit manually or like to do their analysis manually, because if you say you have a positive or negative bias for your symbol, you can say I only want to trade short trades, for example, or sell trades. Then you just turn the buy trades input here to false. Or you could say I only want to trade buy trades. Then you say sell trades should be false. So this is how you can manage this. And then also we have the moving average filter. This is what I already showed before. So you can define a moving average here. Pretty simple. You just have the inputs or the settings for the moving average, which is the time frame, the period, the method, and the applied price. These are just the normal settings that you also have for the moving average indicator. And then you can also decide to use a RSI filter. And the RSI has its own inputs, time frame, period, and applied price. So just the normal RSI inputs here. And then we do have the RSI level. And this is what I have to explain. So usually you have for the RSI, you have two levels like 70 and 30. Or 80 and 20. Here I only made one input, which is by default 40, but you can also say 20 or 30. But let's go with the default setting. And 40 would mean that the levels are 40 and 60. And for example, 20 would mean that the levels are 20 and 80. So if the price is, for example, so if the RSI filter is true and the price, or not the price, but the RSI value at the last finished bar is below 40, this would mean that we are allowed to open buy trades. If it's above 60, we are allowed to take sell trades. So this is how you can use the RSI filter. All of these filters can be used alone or in a combination, or you can just play around with this. And then we do have the object color. This is just for the chart comment that you saw in the upper left corner of the main chart. And then we have the order comment where you can say all of my orders should have this specific order comment. Yeah, pretty easy. Then we have the magic number for this expert advisor. It is important that if you use multiple expert advisor in your account, every expert advisor should use a different magic number. This is always recommended because if the program or the MetaTrader crashes and you want to restart it, then it will usually restart with the same magic number and the expert is then able to find its own trades. And this will make it manage only the trades with its own magic number and not with other magic numbers. So very important, if you use multiple EAs in one account, like multiple EAs, like also if you use the Fisherman expert advisor on Euro US dollar, in US dollar, Japanese yen and gold, every chart should have a different magic number. This is important. And then, yeah, here we can define if we even want to show the chart comment. So these are the settings. Let me start another test here real quick, and now you can see also like the chart comment is in the upper left corner. The chart comment always says what the current state of the active filters is, so you can see if these filters allow buy trades, if they allow sell trades, if they allow both. So this is what we will see in a second as soon as the test is loaded. So yeah, you can see all of our filters are active, and right now the moving average filter says we can use buy trades. This is because on the daily chart we are above the moving average, and the RSI filter is used in the H4 chart here. So you can see the H4 value for the last finished bar here is clearly above 60. So RSI filter says we only can trade sell trades. So in this case, we could not open trades because if we use all of these filters, we can only trade if these filters are aligned. And yeah, so let's wait. I think here we are just about to open a trade. The tester usually stops for a second then. So let me just wait for it to come back. So there is the trade. So let me explain what happened here. So we can see all of these filters are saying that we can trade buy trades because here we are still above the moving average, and here for the RSI we can see the RSI is below 40. So all of these filters say go for buy trades, and then also on the daily chart that are still used as the main trigger time frame, we see the retracement is clearly greater than 0.5%. So this means that we can take buy trades here. Yeah, also we can see that we do have the stop loss in a distance of 0.5%. We do have the TP in a distance of 1%. Also, if this trade goes into profit, and I hope it does, we will see that there is a trailing stop activated. And there is the trailing stop activated. I'm wondering why we skipped the break-even stop. Let me check this. Okay, actually I forgot to add the break-even stop to the program code before I recorded this video, but I just did this, and if you download the finished version from the website, you will also have the break-even stop. I think it's really easy to explain what the break-even stop does. It's like once the trigger is hit, the stop loss is moved one time by the break-even puffer points or buffer points above the open price of the position. So it's very, very simple. And yeah, you can see another trade was opened with the trading stop, securing the profits. And that's pretty much what the strategy does. I think I was about to show you a sell trade also. So let me fast forward a bit so I can show you that everything works exactly the same, just the other way around pretty much for sell trades. Here is one important thing that I have to explain. Here we still saw a buy trade, and you might be wondering, why did we open a buy trade even if we are below the moving average? This is because the moving average filter is checked with the close price of the last candle on the moving average time frame. So if the moving average time frame is D1, the daily chart, we check the last finished D1 candle, and the close of this candle is still above the moving average. So this is why this trade was still taken. Same also applies for the RSI, by the way. We always take the last finished and final value for the last bar in the RSI time frame. So yeah, let me fast forward to so we see a sell trade. Okay, so after fast forwarding for several seconds, we now see that we are below the moving average. So we can see here moving average filter now indicates that we can open sell positions. And yeah, now we only have to wait for the RSI filter to say the same. So then we can open sell positions, and I hope that I will be able to show you one of the sell trades here in a second. Yes, there is a sell trade. So we can see that both of the filters say we are in the short trend here pretty much. And then we can see that here we do have, or we can also see it on this. I mean, all of the charts, of course, have the same trade. And here we can see now we have the sell position, we have the stop loss, we have the take profit. And yeah, once the market goes into profit, we activate the trading stop, and this will secure some of the profits. There was another sell trade. This one was negative. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how the strategy works. And again, you can use a combination of all of the different inputs. So you can use different filters. You don't have to use filters at all, whatever you prefer. You can play around with the inputs for the retracement, for the TP, for the stop loss, for the trailing stop. There are so many options. So this is also why I often get the question, like, what are the best settings? And I cannot really say this. I mean, you have to, the settings also depend on the market period, the symbol, etc., etc. So there are so many options, and the best things that I can recommend is just try it out. Do different tests for different symbols, and then you will find out what works best for you. In the end, as promised, I want to show you one long-term backtest here with the gold market. So this is I will do a non-visualized backtest, and I think I will use the inputs that I used in my development process. I did not use a TP back then. I used a close at I think 22, so 10 p.m. I did not use the trading stops. So just to give you one example how it could look like. And again, little disclaimer, this is of course a backtest, so in reality it could look different. But yeah, this is what I can show you here. In the development process, I only used the moving average as a filter indicator, and I'm going for buy and sell trades if the moving average indicates this trend. So have a look at the backtest and then have fun using the program for yourself and experimenting with these inputs. Have a great time doing so, and good trades. Bye.